see that Volk thing I sent you?
Yeah, the old guy.
Did you just watch that? That was fucking hilarious.
He's so funny, man.
That shit was so good.
Yeah.
He plays into it well. He's funny.
Some of the promos nowadays are so good.
So good, dude.
You see Volk shooting Ilya's shooting like a whole movie on himself.
Yeah.
Like a documentary?
Yeah. Like Road to the Title type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, crazy if he gets knocked out.
Dude.
You got to do that though, right? Like you got because you're like, yo, if I commit to this right now, and
He's
it all
going-
works out, that's sick.
Yeah. He's going extra level. Like, he's really setting himself up for a pretty bad demise if he loses.
Did you see his bio already? UFC World Champion?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then if he does it, it's so sick, right? Like, if he does it, you're like, wow.
Fly high or crash hard, baby.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what he's doing.
In this sport, it makes sense, right? Like, if he wins this, he's just... Bro, you know he has, like, over 1 million Instagram followers?
Yeah, he has a ton.
He's massive in Europe.
Yeah. Super, big out there, bro.
Yeah.
And he has the potential to be, like, a really big star, too, I think.
Well,
especially
like,
out there, bro.
He's Georgian, so he's like one of 2 Georgians in the UFC. He moved to Spain. He's the only Spanish guy in the UFC, pretty much. And that part of Europe probably doesn't have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Not sick.
Yeah. Unreal.
That's next weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm gone for that, but I'm definitely going to watch
You're already
it.
watching that.
I'm going to watch it for sure. I'm sure I can find a bar.
Yeah. Or just stream it on your phone illegally, something like that.
No, I wouldn't do that to the UFC. I'm a company man.
I sir, look in the camera and say it.
I'm a company man. I promise. If I had like that 50K bonus, I definitely would have been able to pay for a pay-per-view.
Clip it. They ended up sending you something though, I think, right?
Oh yeah. A little love.
A little back.
They sent him a Mexican trip. A trip to Mexico.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, Ramon sent you that.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, with his yeah. But you guys watched the fights this past weekend?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I only watched the last 3, but
Did you watch Bobby?
I caught a couple of them. The Pfeiffer and the Hermanson fight was the one that I really wanted to watch.
Yeah.
It was a good fight, man. The first 2 rounds were wild.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Pfeiffer. I think his story is so cool, but like, man, Hermanson just came on late. And last 3 rounds, he pretty much won them all pretty decisively.
well, he used a really good jab, right?
Yeah.
And he mixed that up with the calf kick. Right? It was like jab calf, and then in that 5th round, he hit that shot. He didn't shoot any takedowns the whole fight. And he hit him with that takedown in the end and just controlled. Like, it was just such a good game plan, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, like we were talking about, he started reading the right hand of Pfeiffer, right?
Yeah.
Just a loopy shot. And, like, he started I think it was like the 3rd or 2nd round, he started picking off almost all his shots. He started picking off the shots, right?
Yeah, the one thing that was what Pfeiffer was really good at was like calf kick into a
hook.
lead hook. Yeah, it was beautiful. But then he wasn't really following it up with anything. But and then like I was saying before, like his right hand, he doesn't throw it straight, and he almost throws his straights as hooks. Mm-hmm. And then I thought the straight was open and the uppercut was open on that right hand, but he just
Because of the left, because he was jabbing using his left elbow to flare it out so hard, right, to protect that the loopy shot. Yeah.
But
Well, I guess Pfeiffer can't throw straight right. He can't fully straighten that right arm. So it's like that's why everything he throws is kind of like.
But how much of an arm bend is it then? You still throw straight right. It might just.
it just wouldn't.
It wouldn't get.
He just wouldn't be able to lock it out.
But
He's like he doesn't have the last couple degrees of flexion, is what he was saying, or
He
sorry,
throws
extension.
it like a hook.
Yeah, so he's throwing it
you can
overhand,
just throw like a thumb up cross, right?
but then you can't fully extend it.
But then you just bring your hip anyways. It's gonna be a little shorter. You're gonna have to step in a little
I guess
bit.
his range is
Yeah.
just not as.
I'm sure he just like adapted, and he
100%,
obviously hits like a
yeah.
truck. But this is the first time where in the UFC we've seen him hit somebody and them not just fold.
Yeah.
Well, Manson's tough, man. He's tough, and you could tell in the beginning, like that first round, he was like he ate some shots. He was like, holy.
Yeah.
And you're right. It was the calf kick to the left hook. That's nasty.
Beautiful.
Man.
When you
Gio
keep your,
did that to me, bro, and it
when
was
you go,
nasty.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
like go right swing kick, and then you keep your right shoulder forward, and then like really swing into that lead hook.
It's called the what is it? The reverse Dutch, bro. That's what it's called.
Oh,
'Cause,
no
like,
way.
You know, like just like it's like a jab low kick for like a Dutch combo. I think.
Yeah.
The basic combo. So it's the reverse of it. It's like go low and then come back with the hook.
And especially if you
Watching a
start
breakdown
it,
for the.
especially if you started with the low kick, because you're almost like baiting people to counter you.
Yeah, I was
You're
watching Alex Pereira breakdown.
Yeah.
They were talking about him using that a lot.
I think Volk did a variation of that to Yair Rodriguez when he caught him and hurt him. But
I think he did it with a left inside kick into a southpaw right hook.
yes, yeah, that's what it was.
Switching, yeah.
Volk's slick with those stance switches. He'll just like step forward into the opposite stance. He's like just as comfortable in southpaw as he's orthodox.
That's the part of this fight I'm really interested in, like how the footwork is going to negate some of Ilia Toporia's game, I guess, yeah. Because he's such like a boxer, you know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
I think if he gets on those calf kicks right away and stays on the kicks consistently,
Yeah.
it's gonna make Ilya's life a little harder, man. Because then he's not playing that boxing game with him, right? Because I think, dude, I really do think like Ilya's wrestling and grappling is like really elite as well. So I don't know if Volk actually has too much of an advantage there, man. Like he has double the submissions he has knockouts. Ilya, like, he has a lot of great like Darce chokes and rear naked chokes, and
Is that outside the UFC?
there was a few outside the UFC, but like, man, he's like beating guys up and then just completely submitting them, like really nice too. Then he submitted Bryce Mitchell, right? Like that was clean.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, that was very clean.
That was a manhandling.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He hasn't had quite the same amount of grappling exchanges that Volk's had. And
No,
like, because
100%.
Volk's, he's so good at mixing up his boxing, his kickboxing, his wrestling, whereas Topuria will either box the whole fight or he'll look to take you down, which is like, so it'll be interesting because if Volk can mix that up so well, I think that will it'd be where Topuria isn't as comfortable.
For sure. And then Feely versus Ige, man.
That was last
crazy.
night.
I like Feely too.
Yeah,
I
I
know a
like
lot.
him too.
I think he's a cool guy. But,
He's good friends with Mikey too, right?
Yeah. But it just that just got too close in range. You know, like as a longer guy stepped in and like had his chin exposed, and
He's throwing lazy jabs too, I think.
yeah, I think he just miscalculated what the range, right? Because it looked like he stepped in real close, doubled up his jab. I believe that's what it was, and then it was the overhand just boom connected.
Ige was throwing his like stepping into southpaw off of his right hand as well, so he's gaining distance on it.
But yeah, that's a nasty
It's
overhand.
such a violent,
Yeah.
like even that last one where he's kind of over him.
Boom, hits him. It didn't even look like he hit him hard there. He kind of knew. He just like hit him and then walked.
But his head like bounced off the
Bounced,
canvas
of
on the
course,
second
yeah,
one.
of
That's
course.
like that's pure violence right there.
Yeah.
That was a crazy finish. And he just walked off too. He didn't even think
the
about
ref.
hitting him up again. He hit him one time.
Yeah.
And then he just like walked away.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's cool.
Those are wild before the ref gets to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call it yourself. This is over.
Yeah. That's a power move right
That's Mark Hunt.
there. Yeah.
Walk off KOs.
Yeah, no, that was sick. That was 50K bonus, bro. That's his nickname, the 50K.
50K.
Yeah, damn 50K Ige. I got sick.
And you had your Ukrainian brother fight before.
Yeah, man. That Ihor guy. He's yeah, he had a good fight, man. You know, apparently the other guy had a lot of hype behind him and stuff, and he did well, won the fight. Had a little bit of struggling in the first round, but like made some good. Like once his confidence started going in the second and third, he started like really like winning the exchanges. He was doing this nice nasty little. He was going like single leg. He was shooting for the single and then letting it go and then going with the lead uppercut. And it was actually really cool. It was like the southpaw orthodox. He was doing that really well. And yeah, you know.
Was it unanimous decision?
Yeah. I'm
And
glad.
he came out in 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and it was a 205 and he went down to 185, right? So
Damn.
He's like 6'3". He's big for 185. He should like definitely, if he can make that, that's massive for him. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said Ali's his manager. I didn't know that.
Is it? Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
What's that management company called?
I don't know.
Yeah, I forget.
I used to know it. I don't know.
But yeah.
I've never dealt with him.
Good night fight. Yeah, what we got here, man?
What we got?
We talked about Volk. What about Costa versus Whitaker?
That'll be a great
I hope
fight,
Costa
man.
makes it like to the fight, bro. Because like, how many canceled fights does this guy have? It's actually crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he makes it in there.
Like, when was the last time he fought at 85? Was that against... No, Luke Rockhold was at like 205.
Was that 205? Yeah.
So, like, I don't even remember the last time he made 85.
Yeah.
Probably when he fought Yoel Romero. How long ago was that? How many years
That
ago
was
was that?
so long ago.
Yeah.
It was a crazy fight.
He fought
That was
Izzy,
It was a
so
great
long.
fight. And then he
But
fought
Izzy
Izzy.
after
Okay, so
that.
Izzy was
After
the
that.
last.
And then, he pulled out of a couple after that, I guess.
And then he only fought Rockhold since. Which, yeah, probably. He's been very like. There's a lot of canceled fights on his actual like record.
Yeah.
It feels like he's fought more guys, but definitely, I think that's the only one that I can remember. But that'll be a good fight stylistically because, like, Costa walks forward and just, like, bullies people, and Whitaker is, like, always on his horse. He's bouncing around. his jab looked great in that last fight against, 2 fights ago against Cannonier. I wonder if he can take that over.
Yeah.
What do we got predictions for that?
I got Whitaker probably because he's just more consistent. And he's trying to bounce back from the DDP one probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think Whitaker's gonna get that one too. Man.
You guys both have Whitaker?
Yeah, you got.
I think Costa's gonna probably walk through him, to be honest.
Walk through him,
Yeah.
He's kind of got the same body type and like aggressiveness as DDP, so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting though. I think it depends what version of Whitaker shows up because that last fight, he just didn't look like himself when he fought DDP.
Yeah.
So if he shows up, in the prime when he fought Yoel Romero, then I could see him be a very competitive fight. But every time Costa shows up, I think he's always a terrifying person to stand in front of. So
that's like the worst style to fight against, in my opinion.
Yeah,
every single shot is as hard as they can. He's massive.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, watching him and Luke Rockhold fight. I was a big Rockhold fan for a long, long time. Watching that, I was like, "Oh,
I love that fight." Man.
It was such
when he put his
check.
hands on his knees, bro, and took a break mid-fight. I was like, "Damn!"
And then he throws an overhand right. He's like, "Fuck you!"
But then he would go like 720 kick.
Yeah,
use all this energy and just like gasses out. That was so exciting, dude. That was such an exciting fight, man.
It was a weird fight. I remember
really
watching him being
fight.
like, "This is the strangest fight I've ever seen in my entire life."
I enjoyed it though.
It's funny. Sometimes you're just like, as a fighter, you don't actually want to see like a chess match. You're like, just go in there and fucking
chaos.
hit each other.
Chaos,
yeah.
MMA can be good for like, Also,
that was like Chandler versus Gaethje, man. That was just chaos.
Yeah.
Absolute
That wasn't
chaos.
weird. That was chaos. It wasn't weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Holocaust one was fucking.
That was
strange.
weird.
Well, it was only strange when they came out with those videos of like Luke Rockhold just like rubbing his face all over him. I was like, oh.
He spit blood in his face.
Yeah, he's suffocating him.
That's insane.
That's your boy. Eh? So your boys are Luke Rockhold and Michael Chandler. Is that right?
Those are definitely two of the fighters that I have.
They're high on the list.
Yeah. I want to meet them. Those are my boys.
Like, it's their. I was gonna say, is it their body types?
Is their body types?
Yeah.
Why?
Are you into them?
Are you asking me if I like men right now?
Well,
I want to be that.
no, Chandler's super explosive. I think.
Yeah.
Like that, right? Yeah.
Well, it's like there's no boring fights with either of them.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, but not the smartest approach.
No, he could be champ if he was a little bit like more had a little bit more fight IQ.
Who?
Chandler.
He's probably making the bank every single time he fights, though, right? Because of the...
I think he just goes in there and makes a choice. He's like, I'm going to go in there and be a gladiator. I'm not going to go in there and, I feel like he tries to entertain more than he tries to win, which is what makes him like a special breed. Because like, especially nowadays, like everyone, like they just care about winning so much versus like, and that might be like just the UFC because, you lose a couple fights and they immediately stop caring about you. But like, what's Chandler 2-3 in the UFC? But like every fight he has is fucking
he's also at a
wild.
level though where he's not like he could lose 3 fights in a row and get another fight.
Yeah, because he was fighting the top
and not get cut.
guys,
Yeah. Like if you're just banging it out on like the prelims, it's a different story, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I wish him and what's his name who he fought in Bellator where he like made his name off of him, Eddie Alvarez could have a trilogy. That'd be nice.
What's that? Who? Because I think Chandler won once and Alvarez won the second.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one. Yeah, Alvarez is busy bare knuckle boxing now.
Yeah. So Eddie apparently was saying he went to Chandler and like they should go to a promotion and try to negotiate together for like to get a higher bag for their fight basically. But I think Chandler just wanted to go to back to the UFC.
Yeah, I don't think Alvarez is going to be going back to the UFC at any point in the near future. But who knows? Also,
Sorry?
I was just say also fighting I guess that night is Cejudo Merab, which is kind of a fight because like these next 3 fight cards are so big that like everyone forgets about 2 former champs going at it.
Who's the other former champ?
Merab's not the other.
I thought he had the interim belt.
No.
No.
Did he not win? Who was his last fight against?
Did he fight anyone after Peter Yan?
He fought Peter Yan. He hasn't fought since.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought the Jan
Didn't
fight
he get
was.
like 22 takedowns against Jan?
It was insane. It's insane. His pace is like goes up every single fight.
Imagine trying to fight a guy like that, like just shooting on you over
Yo,
and over again.
you're just trying to like find that thing down the middle.
Yeah.
And just finish him with one.
Time him.
You
time
have to.
him. Yeah.
I can't really, or like like front headlock choke. Like what else? Like yeah, that's a really.
I've never
tough
even
step.
seen him fight before, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched his last two, and I've been like, I think I watched his Aldo fight was a little boring.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did what he had to win. But that Jan fight was very, very exciting.
Yeah.
He just always kind of fights the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very predictable what you're getting with him, but like it's so hard to stop. It's so imposing.
It's like you just know you're gonna get super tired,
Yeah.
right away. Like you just gotta realize like this is gonna be a grueling pace,
Yeah.
right? So.
And you can do that to Peter Yan, who has like he's known for
He's
cardio.
gonna shine with 25-minute fights, bro. Like I think that's where like he is like he's gonna have such an advantage when guys might get to the 15-minute mark, but okay, now you got 10 more minutes, you got 2 more rounds of that, right? Like of that pace, and that kid does not seem like he slows down at all.
He hasn't had a 5-round fight though, has he?
I don't think so.
But Cejudo has, so we'll see if that plays a factor.
Bro.
And this is a fight.
No, I know. I don't see him
I just
gassing
don't
either.
see Cejudo, man. Like I think he's so out of his prime, man. And I also like just think that when he took his time off, he just probably was not training, bro.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't look like he's in the craziest shape, and Merab's only like peaking. I really think Merab's gonna win that fight for sure, dude. Like I'm pretty confident.
So who'd retire after that?
100%.
I mean, he retires every time he fights.
Yeah.
Fights, retires, fights, retires. See?
This is when he threatened the UFC. Give me more money or I'll retire. And they're like, see you later.
And then Gary versus Neil.
This is the fight.
This is Lars.
Are they
Is that
finally
this
gonna
one?
fight though? Like, how many times have they been matched up?
Just once. I
Just
think.
one time, but then there's so much like stuff that happened, right? Scandal stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
that T-shirt and stuff.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was
Who,
weird.
who you want to win that fight?
Not Ian Gary.
I thought he was like your favorite fighter.
Yeah, dude.
Ian Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You kind of remind me of him.
Yeah, you actually do. I see it.
Yeah, something about him.
Well, don't they say the things that annoy you or because like you actually have them in your own personality? Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a woman who's like controlling me from the other side though. So.
He's like, I wish I did.
I'm so lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the T-shirt thing was crazy. Putting his mugshot on it.
What did he get arrested for?
I think it might have been a DUI or something.
Oh, jeez. It's just a slap on the wrist in the States.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, they don't really seem to care. Get the UI every second weekend.
Bobby just said that with so much confidence. We all believe it.
Yeah.
He may be wrong.
It works sometimes.
Yeah. If it works, it works.
Yo, so how's the Dragon's Den experience, bro? Like we've all been waiting for this.
There we go.
Yeah,
It was weird. It was super weird. But I had a friend like they knew someone who's been on, so we like chatted through before and made a plan and stuff, and then headed up to Toronto to do it.
And you had what, 3 days notice?
Yeah, 3 days notice. Yeah, after we went to the distillery, and then just waiting with all the other people was like a experience on its own.
How many people were there?
Like 100.
Really?
Yeah, and they all have like their stuff, and they're like
You see any cool products, by the way?
Not really, no. To be honest, no.
You see any weird products?
Yeah, super. The one was like a like a poo bag for a dog. Like, it was so dumb.
I need that.
This guy was so talkative too, and I'm like just trying to like be silent. He kept trying to talk to me, but some of the people were so extra. This one guy had like a white turtleneck on with a purple suit, which is hilarious. And then there was a guy that looked like The Weeknd, like had dreads like down to his butt, was dressed in like African garb, had sunglasses on, all these gold chains, and he had his own personal videographer with him. It was
The Weekend, bro.
What was he selling?
It said Spice King, so I'm assuming spices. I
Or
don't know.
cologne, maybe?
Or what? Sorry.
No, not cologne.
Jeez.
Spice King. Maybe.
But yeah, like I went up and the producer didn't even know what the UFC was, so we were off to a good start.
Like he genuinely didn't know what.
It was a like old white lady, like she didn't know what the UFC was. Yeah,
That's
it
wild.
was bizarre. And then,
So you're just like, okay, I'm leaving.
yeah, and then I say to her like, I'm explaining whatever, and then she like cut me off a couple times, which I felt weird, and then I had said like, oh, I have like 3 UFC fighters signed to the brand, like all this stuff, and then I kind of said like the UFC is like the NBA of MMA, and it's the highest level.
And then she's like, what's MMA?
No, and then she goes like, do you have any influencers? And I'm like, well, those are like kind of the influencers, right? And then I was like, oh, like our revenue is doubled every year. And she's like, what did you do last year? I'm like 91. She's like, and I was like, oh, and we're on pace to double it again. I had said before this, and then she's like, so what are you gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do next year? And I'm like, I literally 10 seconds ago said like, I think I'm gonna double it. So there was a couple questions where like she literally asked me that I just answered it right before. It's like, and she kept cutting me off. So I was like,
so did you eat food before? Like, or you're like, oh, you're a little agitated already?
Yeah, I get a little. I had eaten before, so I was all right.
Okay.
And then she's like, what would you do with the money? So I like tell her like the plan to scale, like increase ad spend and like increase the SKU lines, which will in turn like add bring up the average order value, because like right now a lot of people online are just buying one product. So if I increase my SKU line, then more people can buy. And then I'm like, increase ad revenue, quality of the videos type of thing. And then like right after she's like, so how do you plan to scale? I just went through this whole thing, and I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you don't really have a plan to scale. And I was like, I literally just went through like the whole thing. So I don't know. Honestly, what I think it was a little bit more is like, she's a producer for a TV show and she's not in business. So I think like when I was speaking on like compound annual growth rate of like 44%, which is like unreal, but she doesn't know what that means, right?
She's just reading the script.
Yeah. So she has I think she wasn't listening to what I was saying and like planning out her questions in her head already a little bit.
How long was the whole thing?
Probably like 20-30 minutes.
20-30 minutes.
Yeah, but in the end, they're like, asking me a bunch of questions that were like, it was fine. She said they'd take me on maybe more as like a spectacle, where like the dragons can put on shin guards or gloves and like punch something or and then I said.
What would you say?
It's funny because I pitched it to them, but you pitched it to me after, where I was like, I could bring you guys on to hit mitts before or something like that.
I'll spar one of the dragons for real. I'll drop a dragon, bro. Yo, you guys want to know what a liver shot feels like?
Your body just shuts down.
Yeah,
Watch.
Bobby, I'll do a liver shot, Bobby will do a toe stab.
No, I think we could make it fun and like interactive.
Yeah, for sure.
What's interesting I learned is like most of the deals don't even go through.
I actually heard about that too. Yeah.
So
what? They're just verbal agreements that just never end up materializing.
Yeah.
I guess it's tough. Like if like the lights are on you and you're panicking, you're like, "Hey, I agree to that deal." Like some of it's that. Some of it's like you get so much. The company gets so much publicity from it that like they get so many buys that maybe they don't need outside investment anymore. Maybe they get a better deal from somewhere else. And I'm sure a lot of that's just for the show, right? Like,
well, bro, I used to like love that show. Like, I used to watch it a lot. But like, I remember like Smart Sweets came out of that. I remember like that Smart Sweets brand, like that girl. She was like, she started out there and she went on that show and stuff, and like that brand blew up after too.
There's been a couple big ones off there.
Yeah.
My friend Michelle knows someone, and it was some sort of candy business too, and she ended up selling it for like $50 million.
Yeah. When I used to watch that show, dude, I would like sit there after and be like, all right, think of something creative so I can go on the show. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, so who knows? Like maybe something will happen, but
did they tell you like a timeline of if they would let you know at a certain time?
April. So the shooting's in May.
Oh wow, so that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's 3 months ish, but who knows? They were like, she was kind of saying, oh, maybe it's a last minute thing if you're close, like if something falls through, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe also like someone else was there taking notes. Maybe some of the other producers like the idea more, or who knows, but she didn't.
But yeah, it's a cool opportunity, man. Yeah.
It's a cool experience, to be honest, and like you build a lot of like resilience through it, right? It's like
that's huge. Yeah.
Even like when I first started the brand, I would like go to gyms that I don't know anyone with product, and like you're so nervous, and like you go and do it, and like not a lot came from it, or like cold calling, but like you build resilience and like and strength through it, you know what I mean? That you can build into other things. So,
100%. Yeah, you just get comfortable with like being
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nerve wracking. Like
I bet 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Cold calling people and stuff. But yeah, who knows? But I'll get you guys on if I go on. Both of you are coming.
I'm 100% coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like I'm not kidding. I watched Dragon's Den and Shark Tank for like lots of seasons. Like I was addicted to it. So
Yeah.
I just want to go for the experience.
He just dreamed of beating them all up.
No. I just like dreamt of like being trained enough to like make a product, but at least I can.
By second
we
hand.
literally have a vodka now. So.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What about the distillery? How do you guys like that experience?
That was so cool, man.
Yeah.
I've never been to a distillery before.
I learned a fact.
You learned 2 facts, but you forgot one.
I forgot one. I know. I remember the one.
Okay, what's the one fact?
The whiskey's clear until it goes in the barrel, and then it turns that color.
Nice.
Yeah. Dude, I've told that to like... Thank you.
Round of applause, please.
For all you guys who don't know, now you know. I've said that like 5 times this week.
Yeah. What was the second fact?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You?
It's only one fact allowed in your brain at one time.
I only have so much storage.
Yeah.
But it was... what was the other fact? It was important.
I remember the branding on the bottles. They were able to do it like 25 per minute, which I was like, oh, that's fast. And he's like, there's some of them do like 1,000 per minute. And watching
That's
it go
crazy.
through would be super cool.
No, yeah. You guys were asking some good questions, and I was just like...
I got 2 times. He said, that's a great question.
Trust me,
after.
dude. When I heard that,
Oh,
I was like, damn, I wish I could think of a question.
I was immediately jealous.
But I can't.
That's one of those where you think you're going to say something stupid and they respond with that. You're like, yeah, I knew that was a good question.
Dude, Lars instantly like, grew an inch.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Shoulders back.
He's like, yes, that was a good question.
And then, like we said, we go into the office, and the guy that's been touring us around, we don't know who he is. Daryl obviously hooked it up, and then hands me a card. Tommaso Mignata on it. It's like, oh, you're literally the guy from Mignata Wines. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that was a cool experience, man.
Yeah. So shout
Cool
out
to
to
see all
him.
that stuff and learn some stuff. Learn one fact.
It's nice to learn a fact.
Bro, Bobby learned 0 facts, so I mean.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I learned tons of
Both said
facts.
something we learned. What did you learn?
Yeah, you didn't learn. What'd you learn? Give me
I
this
learned
one.
that Serhiy only had room for one fact in his brain. I knew it was
Bobby
low,
was-
but I didn't
Bobby
know it
just
was
trying
that
not to
low.
trip that whole time. He just as he was walking.
Did you take an edible before?
No, trip on something.
Bobby's just trying to walk straight.
He said the word atmosphere once, and I just thought about what it meant for 20 minutes. It's like, I wonder what an atmosphere is.
Oh my god.
Dude, sometimes when I zone out, like we were talking about, sometimes I zone out, I just shadowbox combos.
Yeah.
I did that like twice.
I would look at you sometimes and it's like, I knew, just knew you were fucking out. So funny.
I surround myself with smart people.
There you
So
go.
They can just,
Who are they?
Yeah.
Not sitting
Yeah,
right here.
man. You gotta figure this out. Can you bring us around them more?
Listen. Bobby's the guy who's less smart than me that makes me feel good about myself.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then Lars is whoa.
Who
We
am
did
I?
the test
Yeah,
for
I
this,
know, that's the
okay?
worst part.
I think you
I was.
you might
Who
have
was
been
the lowest? Me or you?
You were 1 point lower than
Lower.
me.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right. At the end of the day, guys, we're all geniuses, though. So
We did all get genius status.
yeah. I'm never doing another test.
Never.
No, I'm actually a genius. So besides that, I'm excited for the next process. Design the bottle fully, but we're pretty close. I think we're like a week away.
It'll be super cool to like start bringing it, like just make some connections, going to some bars and like restaurants and stuff.
I think Joe Dogs
And
loves
like,
you.
yeah, my dad drank some of it yesterday, dude, and it was cool. Like I took a few shots with him,
Yeah.
and he liked it, man. He like really liked it. And,
Unreal.
he's a huge vodka guy. That's all him and his buddies. That's all they drink, just vodka.
Gotta have
He kept
that Eastern
pouring me shots,
European-
man. I was like, oh my god, guys.
the seal of approval.
Yeah.
Did they drink the whole bottle?
They drank a whole bottle. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's in every 10 minutes
Patty?
we do a toast. Every 10 minutes we would do a toast, and it was just vodka shot. Yeah.
Do they just drink like straight up?
Just shots, yeah. Just that's what they do, man.
Animals.
Yeah. They just
Unreal.
yeah, so it's good.
If we have the approval from your Eastern European father, then
Yeah.
I don't think we
and he's
even-
like he's made like his own homemade booze and stuff, so like, he really knows, like he goes hard.
Just making moonshine at home in his sink.
Yeah, dude. If you're not Eastern European, if you don't do that, I swear to God.
did you say you're like, I'm not drinking that?
No, I would never drink it.
No.
I drank some of his homemade wine before. It was actually okay.
Yeah. Where does he do it? In the
Like
bathtub.
no, this is like in the kitchen, bro. Like literally in like he sets up this crazy like contraption, bro. Like right in in the kitchen sink. And,
No
like,
way.
And he buys like wine making kits in like Costco and stuff. But he like likes doing that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like cool, man. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool. And then it'd be cool to throw a nice little Sidey Boys like party, bro.
Yeah, throw a banger. Yeah, I just hope the timing's right for you guys like not fighting. But maybe like you might fight soon. So if we do right after that, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And have you talked to your manager at all?
No.
Yeah, I'm assuming you'll be around like June-ish.
I would like I'd
Yeah.
like for June, but
So there's some time in there for us, I think, to do that.
8 weeks, man. You know, that's my thing. As long as I'm not gonna drink 8
Yeah.
weeks out. Like I hear like just man, there's guys. I still remember like a crazy story when like I was talking like when I was at Al Quinta's place, like when I went down there and trained. Like that's when Aljo and Al were living together, and Al was just like he was like, yo, I drink 2-3 beers every night in camp. I'm like, how? They're just built different there, but like it's just normal. Like all like leading all the way up to the fight. I was like, that is crazy.
I don't think they're
That
built
is
different. I think that's
crazy.
fucking
It's like Ilya Taporia drinking red
I was
wine
just about to say that
on
after
his
he
fight
weighs in.
week. Yeah.
No, not before.
While he's
he
cutting
weighed
weight,
in.
apparently.
While he's cutting weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Supposedly.
a celebration of the
No,
hit
he's
weight.
cutting weight, drinking, and then like he drinks like a decent amount of wine. They're like,
What?
who was it? The Schmo podcast? You know that Schmo guy, the Schmo
Yeah.
whatever. He was talking to him, and he was like, how much do you drink? He's like, to get like I drink. Like I have a few glasses,
No
which
way.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine. Like, dude, you're trying to hydrate yourself, and then you're doing something that's dehydrating you.
Maybe that's the plan. He's trying to cut weight.
I'm saying even if you're doing it after the
Dehydrating
weigh-in,
himself.
right?
Oh, after the weigh-in. Yeah. God, no. I don't even want I don't even crave alcohol
No.
after a weigh-in at all.
No,
It's so Spanish of them.
it is right.
You
Yeah.
know,
He's like, I haven't
only a Spaniard would be like, unreal.
glass
If
of
it
red
works,
wine
it
every
works.
I
night.
respect it. I'd
Yeah,
never
if it
do
works for
it.
him, it works
I'd
for
never
him,
do
yeah.
it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that like it might work for him, but like something could work better.
100%. But hey, man, if it's making his wake up more enjoyable,
Yeah.
If that's the one thing that you need at the end of the night, and it's you figured out a way to still make it work with your weight cut routine, then
bro.
by all means, man.
Yeah, the best thing the UFC like hooked me up with for this wake up though was like the Jolly Ranchers. Like that was a game changer, man.
Was
They
like
gave me
actual Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah, dude. Like they just gave me like Jolly Rancher candies, and they said put them in the fridge, make them like cold. And then when I was cutting weight, I just put a Jolly Rancher in my mouth, and they had like a bunch of different flavors, and it was just it was just sugar consistently in my mouth, So I was like, I had one during both baths, and then I had it like in the sauna, and I felt great, man. I was like
Unreal.
literally having like candy in my mouth,
Yeah.
like just the juices, and I was like, this actually helps so much. It's crazy, man. It takes your dry mouth, completely takes your dry mouth away and stuff. Yeah, so that's a life hack, man.
How long would each of those like little?
Like 20 minutes.
You do 20 minutes with one little tablet, eh?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you
Because
do it
that's
while
hard
you're
candy.
cutting,
Yeah.
like while you're in the tub.
Yeah, while I'm in the tub, I'm just sucking on Jolly Rancher. Yeah.
That sounded super sus.
Yeah.
It's alright. Yeah, I thought of this other thing that lady, she didn't believe that the industry was like very big. And like it's like a $1.1 billion like equipment industry in the world, and she was like, I don't think so. I'm like, no, I've done the research.
This is literally my job. Yeah.
Imagine being like, no, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not 1.1 billion. She's just calling you out, eh?
Billion or million?
She had it out for
Billion.
you.
Billion, yeah.
In the world, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's crazy.
That's
with a
crazy.
B, yeah. It's a big, I think it's bigger than people outside the industry realize, and it's one of the fastest growing sports in the world. Well, I have to say one of, because I used to say the fastest, and apparently it's pickleball.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pickleball is huge.
Yeah.
Did you know that the most like Achilles tears
And pickleball.
is from pickleball?
Yeah.
Apparently from the shoes.
What do you mean the shoes?
Like there's apparently some special shoes people wear when they play pickleball. Like
Have you guys played pickleball before?
No, even once.
I haven't played pickleball. No, have you?
Yeah, it's
You
fun.
seem like a guy that would play pickleball.
Yeah, 100%.
Big pickleball.
I was literally in Florida, and
Yeah.
it's like my mom has like a group of people that they just like all play pickleball. It's like a bunch of 60-year-olds.
Yeah.
I went out there and just destroyed them all. I had to.
He's like, I gotta win. Where
I gotta
can.
win. I was like, I can't
gotta
fight.
win where I can.
crushing the 80-year-olds, eh?
You guys want to spar after?
100%, yeah.
And some gloves.
I got some shin pads.
Here's
and
a
gloves.
mouthpiece.
It's like a 6-year-old in the net. I'm like smashing it at him.
What, bitch?
Yeah.
Fucking shit to him.
Yeah, 100%.
Move faster, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Man,
It's actually really fun though. Like it is fun,
Yeah, I heard.
but I could see why people would tear their Achilles doing that because
A
like,
lot of, like,
so
quick
fast.
Yeah, like side to side stuff. Yeah. I've been playing spike ball a lot at the gym again. That's a game I missed.
Who you play
What's
spike ball with? Like at BTC?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. We got a small. We're gonna do a spike ball tournament in like 2 weeks. Have you ever played spike ball?
No, what is it?
It's like a net, and it's kind of like volleyball rules. So you got like this little ball. It's like 2-on-2.
I thought that was what pickleball is.
No.
What's pickleball?
Pickleball is like a small version of tennis.
Yeah. It's pickleball.
You're
Don't
getting these
even-
ball sports all
Yeah,
mixed up,
dude.
eh?
Too
Know
many
your balls, bro. Come on.
Too many balls involved here. I'm good.
It's like I got so much balls on my mind. I can't think of these ones. Spike ball is sick though. It's good for hand-eye coordination. So
Yeah.
it makes you a better athlete for sure.
This guy's makes you a better athlete, eh?
Yeah, 100%, man.
You should bring it with to Mexico when you go.
It's a big game to bring.
Yeah,
It's a big
game,
net.
man.
You gotta,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
They might have it there. I don't know. Depending on the resort, yeah, it's
Maybe.
possible.
Yo, listen, I'm a beach volleyball guy in Mexico. I'm gonna be grinding
Yeah.
all my life, baby. I did like a little 2-week pre-camp, just like we're going to recreational volleyball.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna tear his Achilles playing beach
That's
volleyball.
pre-camp for the trip to Mexico.
Yeah, a little pre-camp. I did a little pre-cut.
He's practicing his swings.
I literally did a little pre-cut though.
Like,
It's like-
you want the
yeah.
abs for the photos?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I understand.
Had to, man.
It's like I gotta trim the body hair up before I go.
Me?
No, me.
Yeah, goddamn, man. But yeah, no, I like, cause of, like that first week after the fight, like I couldn't like train, like I couldn't do like sauna or anything,
Yeah.
and I'm like I can't go 3 weeks of eating whatever I want and then go to Mexico. That's gonna be rough. So
Yeah.
like, I did like a 2-week like healthy eating reset kind of thing. It was good, man. Feel lean.
3-day fast, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna eat for 48 hours.
Did you end up doing the 3-day? No, you
No.
didn't. Yeah.
No.
Have you done one before?
I did the 48-hour week and a half ago.
Yeah. How was that?
It's good. It's good, man. I tried to. I trained through it though, so it was like
Energy was tough.
I found like the first 2 sessions, I was like, I feel great, because like I started on the Sunday night, I trained. Monday morning I lifted, and then Monday evening I did back-to-back classes at Combat Clinic.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like I still feel good. And then I woke up and tried to go to Aegis on Tuesday, and I was like, and that's the long practice, right? It's 2 hours
Did you
usually.
do caffeine?
Yeah, I was doing black coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Tuesday was really hard.
Really?
The Tuesday was really hard.
Well, I guess I haven't, like when I did that 24-hour one, I felt really like mentally sharp though.
Oh yeah.
Like really mentally sharp. But do you get like once you start eating, do you feel like you just had to crush a ton of food, or like are you good at like, because bro, I found like I needed like I couldn't stop eating. I was like once I did like I think it was like 24 hours, I like had like 2,000 calories, man. Like,
I think you have to break it with the right foods, because if you go straight to the carbs, you're just gonna want to eat everything.
I think I was eating steak.
Yeah, but like a high
big
fat,
steak, yeah.
like a high fat meal is probably ideal, because then it's gonna satiate you for
Yeah,
longer.
Yeah, the fats, right? Yeah, instead of like easy. Yeah,
So I did like a high fat. I did a steak as well, with some avocado and eggs, and then I didn't eat any carbs for like 2 hours, and then I did end up eating a bowl of pasta. That was like a big bowl of pasta, because I was like, I need to be able to train tomorrow, and I like feel depleted. But that wasn't my first thing I ate, because if I had eaten that first, I bet you I would have just
you
eaten.
would've just burnt through it and then just wanted more.
Yeah, eating everything. But that, I think that the way that I broke it was better than I had done previously.
Yeah.
Like you said, just fucking eat everything you see.
It's crazy, man. Yeah.
You just get like this overwhelming sense of hunger.
Yeah, for sure.
And once you start eating, it's like the floodgates are open.
Yeah. So high fat for sure is the move.
Yeah. But yeah, you talked about doing that 3-day. He's like, I'm gonna do it. And then I asked him like 2 days later.
I did a 1 day.
I don't want Lars ever to fast, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dangerous person.
Yeah, dude. At least when I hang out for like 3 days, just lock you up, man.
Just don't even give me my phone.
We should have Tanner on the podcast to talk about the trauma you put him through.
He said he wanted to come on and talk about it.
I believe
Is he
it.
ready? Yeah.
Is he ready to come out and?
God, man.
Next topic.
So like, how long can you go without eating, bro? Without losing your mind? 'Cause I've seen it. I've seen your eyes get a little snappy before when you're hungry. You know, like, I get a little nervous.
It does happen.
Oh
But
man.
I don't know. My patience just already thin.
Normal.
Even when normally, and then when I'm hungry, it's just even less. Yeah.
When Lars says he's hungry, I'm like, okay, let's go get food.
get this
Let's go.
guy.
We're going to
Let's
get
get
food
this
right
guy.
now. Like,
Yeah.
we're not waiting.
Yeah.
No.
Just keep a chocolate bar around for me, guys.
That's why I brought protein bars, just in case.
My ex used to bring fucking chocolate bars with.
Come on. Come on.
Had to,
You're
bro.
getting a little moody. Eat this.
Yeah, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah,
That Snickers
what is it?
commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all get moody, all right, guys.
I don't know. I think I feel like on fight week, definitely you can be a little more triggered, but like that's fight week. You probably haven't eaten much, and I find that like lack of eating isn't that bad. It's the lack of sodium and the lack of
Sodium
carbs.
for sure.
Oh, that's when like I can even lower the carbs and I'm fine, but it's the sodium.
It's the sodium. It feels like, yeah, it feels like your energy, bro, just completely gets zapped. Like, especially once I stop drinking the element. Like, I drink so much sodium as it is. Then once you take that out, man, it's like, oh, God, this is insane, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sodium does suck.
it's like normally I get gassed walking up the stairs, but like when I don't have sodium, I'm exhausted by the time I get to the top of the stairs.
Yeah. I just can't, like, think as straight.
Like, generally in life.
Listen, dude. Listen.
Are we talking about lack of sodium that you don't think, or just in
We're
general?
talking about when you're cutting weight or just normally?
Yeah. We need clarification.
It gets real bad when I lose the sodium, man.
Oh God, I couldn't even imagine.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be... The cuts you guys put yourself through, I think I'd be a mess.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I had cuts, obviously, but, like, I didn't know what I was doing, so part of that. I just took fucking Eric Rocha's program and did it, but he was like 140 pounds.
You're like, I'm gonna eat the same stuff.
I literally ate broccoli, chicken, and rice like 6 times a day, like
Even when
just
you're
a
cutting
little
weight?
bit. When I was cutting, that's
See,
how I
you
cut.
eat so much carbs, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. Like I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, it's tough, right? The first time you cut weight, you just take a plan from somebody you either trust or that
Yeah,
you even just admire, and you're like, I'm just gonna try and do what they did.
yeah,
Because if you don't know any better, like how many cuts does it take for you to figure out at least like, okay, this, I feel like I'm doing a reasonably good job, because obviously there's always ways to improve, but like how many fight camps?
Whenever I met AJ, bro, and he sent me that little protocol and like explained that to me, I don't know when that was, probably like closer to the end of my amateur career. Mm-hmm. That's when I started figuring it out. Because I didn't even do water loading for so long.
I would water.
And then I did a
load,
water load with distilled water.
but
which
I did
sucked.
that, yeah, which was fucking stupid as fuck. Yeah, and you feel so drained.
But AJ told me he doesn't even water load anymore.
But like we talked about, like things will always change. The science with it will always change. So like, but also AJ is a freak of nature. But like, also how it works for him might not be the same body
I
type.
know.
Because you won't find somebody the same body type as him very often.
Right.
But also he doesn't cut a crazy amount of weight. Also,
Yeah.
What does he walk around at?
like 205, 210.
So he's cutting like 20 pounds.
He said when he's in Florida though, he floats like usually 5 or 10 pounds less.
So he's like
Yeah,
$195.
you're probably like, it's so hot there, you're probably burning so much.
You see him train here, he sweats just as much.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't
That
know.
extra heat though,
It could be the heat. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah.
guarantee it's the heat, man.
But yeah, that thing that he sent us of like the protocol like per day, it breaks it down so simple that like you really can't fuck it up.
Where'd he get that from?
I don't know.
I don't know, but now but even the UFC told me that like, cause like they said cut the sodium and the carb on the the water load on the Sunday, but now that even the UFC told me do it on the Monday, but I started on the Sunday, so I did an extra day of doing that for no, like I shouldn't have done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like it would make my life easier if I started on the Monday.
100%.
They're like, he's gonna do the same thing. It's just one less day of like one more day of having sodium, which would have been nice.
My last camp when I cut, I changed it up. I did, instead of doing, because usually you start on the Sunday, I just did 8 liters. So instead of doing the 3 8s, I just did a 2 8s and then go to 0.
Oh.
So I did 3 days, and as soon as I start the 8 liters, I go 0 sodium. And I lost just as much in the lead up as I did any other camp. So it's like, it's always hard to tell. Like if you make minor adjustments, it's like, I'd rather cut sodium out
But it's
less.
always so risky, right? Because like
It is if you're cutting a lot of weight, but I'm not really
Yeah.
cutting a crazy amount of weight.
Yeah.
I've never struggled to make weight.
You're gonna start to though. If you're going to 55.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's-
but at 70,
that's literally why I'm like making sure that you're drinking your coffee black, bro.
you just hate me.
That's why he brought you a black
why.
coffee today. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
He knows that I like cream in my coffee, and he chooses.
You say you didn't even know. He didn't know.
No, he knows.
Actually,
lying.
I didn't know.
We literally talked about it last week.
This will be the one fact you learned today.
Yeah.
Today?
This will be the fact you learned today.
He's like, I will not have that be the fact that I learned today.
Bro, I'm just trying to help you make the weight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on weight.
What are you walking around at right now? 83?
183? No, I'm 190 right now.
Yeah, it's 190.
I'm planning on fighting at 170 for
Yeah,
BGC,
yeah.
hopefully. So,
Are you gonna try and walk around lighter when you go into 55?
yeah, hell yeah, I don't want to cut from 190. But like, I'm not following a strict diet. Like, this is like me. Like, I just
Trust me,
got
we know
back.
you don't follow a strict diet, buddy. No one has to tell us.
You just don't like my.
Don't
I eat
watch
almost
some
the same thing every single day. You just don't like that I eat a donut every Sunday. You hate that.
I hate it.
You hate happiness. I know.
And this brings us to our last topic:
Yes.
fat shaming.
Yeah. Should fat shaming?
I don't fat shame. I
Yeah.
keep you accountable.
I think you've fat shamed everyone in your life to the point where you don't even realize it.
No,
You don't even know.
just the ones I love.
We're gonna have Sarah on the podcast here and ask her how much
bro.
you fat
She's
shamed
told me
her.
that you're like, are you gonna go to the gym today?
Yeah.
No,
The things that I have heard.
I asked that just because I'm just like, hey,
No,
like,
no, you
what's
don't.
up?
Stop
I'm
lying.
just wondering.
Yeah.
He's like, are you gonna go to the gym today?
No, I'm more like, are you gonna get in the cold plunge today? She hates when I ask her that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you gonna get in the cold plunge? She's like, oh, why? I'm like, cut. It's like it's good.
You gotta do it.
It's good for you. Get it now.
Right now.
He's like, I just want to see you suffer.
Something is wrong with me, right?
There is wrong with you. We know.
Something
But hey, man, you're gonna need me if you're gonna make it to 155. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Keep him
not.
around.
What do
Keep
you
around?
mean, dude? You're gonna need me.
For what?
Just to like keep you accountable. When Mar tries to take you to get donuts, bro, I'm gonna be that voice.
You know what, man? I wish I could blame this on Mar, but
Wait, you made
it's my fault.
This was your routine, man.
This was me. I was like,
Mar's
what's
probably
going
like the
on?
one who's like, I don't want to do this.
No, she
Don't
is,
want
man.
this.
She actually did. She's like you,
Oh man.
but she won't fat shame me. Maybe I need it sometimes.
So you just proved my point
Yeah, but like,
live on the podcast.
I'm here. I'll get dessert with you, buddy.
yeah, this guy's worse. This guy's worse than me.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm not
a professional
competing.
athlete.
God, every time I go to order dessert, I'm like, oh, if Serhiy was here.
That's crazy.
I have like his voice like permanently ingrained in my mind. Anytime I go to eat anything that's like not broccoli or celery.
Bro, you
Is
can
it
eat-
Serhiy's voice? I know
it's
what you mean though.
It's like his voice, but like
Remember
even
when I
more
went to
annoying.
McDonald's and saw you?
Yeah.
You know the drive-thru that's right outside of Aegis?
Yeah.
I'm like going through it. I pull up. Isn't Serhiy standing right there? I didn't even say hi to him. I go, I'm just getting a coffee. I swear to God, I'm just getting a coffee.
Bro, I automatically started. What's up, man? What are you doing here?
And then you,
And then I hear the little like voice in the drive-thru be like, double Big Mac for a Lars Mueller.
but I'm whispering it so you can't hear
And
it.
Lars is like, no,
I don't know who
I
ordered
that for
that.
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time we'll hang out, or like I'll see him on Monday, he'll be like, so what'd you eat last night? That'd be like the first thing he'll
But
ask
listen,
me.
I asked that more out of curiosity because I just like food and I just want to know what you ate. Maybe it feels like a cool, healthy thing, you know, that I made.
So you can steal it?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. But usually it's not. It's like, yeah, I had like chicken wings and like
What are you talking?
Cake.
homemade,
yeah.
cake.
Cheesecake and...
If they could have only seen Serhiy like 3 years ago,
The ultimate, bro. Like our cheat meals were.
they were crazy.
Those stories are fucking hilarious.
They're
Your mom telling them?
They're insane. They're like,
Yeah.
it was like one massive meal, so like a pizza,
Yeah.
right? And then it was one chip, one like
Like one bag of chips
one
to
bag of
clarify.
chips.
Yeah.
One chocolate bar, one ice cream, and one gummy. And
That's
we would
wild.
crush it all, dude. All of it.
Did you eat
was-
healthy for the rest of the week? Or
We would
like,
eat healthy the whole time, and then that night,
thought-
that meal, we would. And I'm telling you, man, it was such a like issue that like, there's moments I remember like waking up like 2 a.m, on cheat night. And I'm like, shit, still cheat night. And I would go and finish my food and then just go back to bed. Like 2 a.m, dude. I'm like half asleep.
So who taught you this was okay? The Rock? Like,
I don't even know. Who told us that we could...
Well, like
probably
Lyndon
Lori.
would even be like, yeah, a week out of the fight, I have my cheat meal. I'm like, on the Saturday of the fight, he's like, yeah, it won't make a difference. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, but ours was just like, we know we had one meal, so we're just going to overdo it, man. Like, if I can open my mouth and talk to you, like, I'm going to eat food. Like, I'm going to keep going.
That was bad.
That was bad, man. That
And
was,
we'd also get...
That's when our food, like, my food addiction started. Like, or not my food, like, my issues with that started happening.
Yeah. It's tough, man. People don't talk about it, but like
Yeah.
when you're cutting weight constantly, like it puts up it's like a pit in your stomach when you like don't get to eat and then you finally have access to food.
And that's why guys blow up, right? Because they're like, once, like, oh man, like 4 weeks and we get another fight booked,
Yeah.
and I won't be able to eat that again. So let me, but then like, you just blow up, and next thing you know, y'all, like, it's crazy, bro. It's such a relationship thing, but we got way better at it, man.
Oh, 100%.
Even when since like meeting Sarah's like, yo, you're like, it was never as intense as like me and Bobby's cheat meals, but like, you know, I would still go get like a full pizza and then go like eat some snacks and stuff. And now it's just like every year it just gets smaller and smaller. She's like, wow, like your cheat meals aren't even cheat meals anymore. You know, like, it's gone down to that point.
Well, because you wake up the next day and you'd be like,
Oh my god, it was the worst stomach aches ever, man. I'd be so messed up.
I wouldn't eat for 24 hours. I basically just do a 24-hour fast every time I ate that.
Yeah,
And then
I just
you're
hate
like-
myself all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, and horrible energy. And I would try to train that day, and I was always like, I felt inflamed and beat, like, you know.
You know what I think was a catalyst in changing that though was our Mondays used to be like our striking practice, which was a little bit lighter. And now, or in the last like 2 years, our Monday is the hardest practice of every week.
Yeah.
It's a hard wrestling practice in NTT. It's like if you eat like shit and then go there,
You're not performing.
you're not performing and you might shit yourself.
Yeah, you probably will shit.
Yeah, so it's like it's very different.
Yeah, for real. For real, man. The one day went to that practice after we had that Christmas, like our friend's Christmas dinner or whatever, and I just ate a little bit too much. Oh, dude, my stomach, like, I felt it the next day, dude. We started going live. I'm like, yo, my body is still digesting food from last night.
And we didn't even eat that much.
We didn't even eat
it
that
wasn't
much,
that
but-
bad. Okay, we ate a lot, but it was like turkey.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
It's
it wasn't-
Christmas food.
I
Yeah.
ate a lot of that chocolate bark, though.
The what?
Remember the chocolate bark that was just sitting there? It was like a chocolate bark.
I don't know if I ate that.
Yeah, see, I kept going by it.
I probably ate it all.
I took a little piece, and the next thing I'm like, oh, holy fuck. I ate this whole thing of chocolate bark, man.
Oh,
Yeah. And then I shamed myself, bro.
Yeah. The shame is real, man. But the shame also makes you shame yourself for eating like shit. It destroys your confidence, which makes you want to eat more shitty things to feel better. It's like, it's wild.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle, man. But I remember when my cut it to 55, the first time I did it was like, I probably started my cut from 180, but within 10 days after the fight, I was 197 pounds.
That's crazy.
And like, I can't even get that heavy if I tried right now.
Yeah. But so your body also holds on to everything.
Your
you probably
body holds
so
on to it,
intensely, right?
but also your brain is like, you just starved me and cut 20 pounds in like 3-4 days. And now it's like,
Well, I'm still eating like 3,500 calories almost a day right now.
but you're still training.
I'm training, but like, you know, that's like I'm watching what I'm eating, but I still need to eat that much to like feel like full. And I'm just like, that's like all clean calories and stuff, but like I need that many calories, which is fucking crazy.
I think it's like a common misconception for fighters, especially guys who are newer in the sport. And we've all been there where it's like, oh, I'm dieting. Okay, so I'm going to eat, like you said, broccoli, rice, chicken breast, and I'm going to eat. And you're only going to eat like 1,500 calories a day for 4 weeks. And then you go into the fight or you're going to cut weight and you're like, I feel like shit.
Yeah. Your body holds on to the weight way more. It's crazy. Like the more, with like, even start like working with Callum, man, like the more calories I'm eating, the easier my weight cuts have been. Man. Fight week now is like, I remember on fight weeks eating like under 1,000 calories in one day. And now I'm eating like literally 2,000 calories probably, like double the amount of calories, which is crazy. Crazy, dude.
It's wild, man. I think finally like the science of cutting weight is starting to get more and more common for guys. Before I was like, you just did what your coaches tell you, who they had to just figure it out themselves, which is even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the early guys who were like supposed to be like the gurus of it now are considered like shams, right? Like Dolce and those guys.
Is Dolce? I thought he was pretty good, man.
Is that the Dolce diet guy?
I thought he was pretty good. I just recently listened to a podcast. He seems pretty good, man. Like,
who was he? Like one of the first guys?
yeah,
he's
still big with the UFC, man.
Yeah.
But bro, his whole thing is just eat. He doesn't like do any like carnivore, like strict like I'm gonna do a carnivore, I'm gonna do a keto. He's just like just eat things whole food diet. Just eat a whole food diet. You can eat vegetables, you can eat fruits, whatever. Just like try to keep it single ingredient foods. It's like his whole thing. He even says like when he works with clients for the first 4 weeks, he's like, you guys can you can eat as many calories as you want as long as they're like single ingredient whole foods, right? Like if you eat like a meal and you're still hungry, just have a little more steak, have a little more potato. He's like, you know what I mean, like just eat that kind of food. Just don't like go binging into like, you know, bullshit, right? Like, and he's like, most like, you know, if somebody eats like some steak and some potatoes and they have a little more steak, they're gonna be full after, man. Like
100%.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like
It's the junk food that makes you want to eat more.
100%.
You ever eaten a full 12-ounce steak and still been hungry?
No, yeah, very rarely, man. Yeah.
You eat a bag of chips though, and you're like, "Well, I'm still hungry."
You eat a bag of chips, you can go through. Yeah.
And there's like 3 times the amount of calories in that bag of
for
chips, and there
sure.
wasn't that steak.
For sure, it's crazy. Yeah. And then you almost crave it the next day too. I noticed that for sure. The sugar, whatever that is, like every time I eat a little bit bad, the next day I'm craving sugar, like right away. It's
100%.
Yeah. God damn, dude.
It's like that first week of going back into a strict diet, or not even strict diet, but just like healthy eating habits. Like if you're off camp or you just fought, and so your first week back is always the hardest because you're craving those things that you just got to enjoy, and you won't get to enjoy them for like 6 weeks. But like once you get past that 5 or 6 day hump, you're like, all right, I'm in it. Like I'm good to go. Just like kicking that initial sugar dragon is so hard.
Yeah, it's a few days for me, but for sure.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, mine's a little longer.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
For you. That makes sense.
Why does it make sense, huh?
Cause you just like sweet food, bro.
I do, man. I do. I like sweet things. Coffee, man. If I had a choice, I'd have like, I have milk. I'll have like, I get like a silk sweetener. I would dump half that thing in there, man. I love sweet things.
Those coffee mixes at the grocery store.
Oh.
I buy those all the time.
They're so good.
It's like candy.
I want to drink those. I have to fight the urge to buy those.
They're so
But like,
good.
The what, sorry?
They're like you get about the grocery store. It's like Starbucks like mixes to
like the
for
pre-made
coffee.
frappuccino, the cold
Yeah.
Don't even look at
frappuccinos.
that shit, boys. Don't even look at that shit.
Don't come over and look at my fridge.
Yeah. Bro, when I was cutting weight, I kept up coming to your house, bro. Like for the first episode of the podcast, and I see that box of the Chips Ahoy ice cream sandwich box.
Yeah.
I just look at it, dude.
But it would
I'm
have
like,
nothing in it. It had my
I
fucking
know, it
needles
had nothing in it, but it's funny because every time I just looked at it, I was just like,
Yeah.
I want one of those.
It had the insulin needles for the peptides. I still haven't gotten rid of that fucking box. I don't know what to do with those needles. I have to get like one of those special.
It's like they're just getting rid of them. They give you like what is it, like a yellow box?
I don't know. I'm about to try again though. I gotta like quarter my dose from before.
For the PPC?
PPC 157. Yeah.
Well, you had that protocol from, was it Dr. Khan?
Yeah, Dr. Khan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Did you mention to him that it was?
His like doctor under him called me, but yeah. Well, they're like, "What are you taking right now?" I said 500 milligrams a day, split between 2 doses. And they're like, "Oh, our protocol's 1,000." And with under 500, I was getting like crazy heart palpitations. I couldn't even really sleep and shit. And like my mood was going insane.
Oh shit!
And then, but I'm like, I'm not going to 1,000, obviously. So I don't know. I just took like probably a month and a half now off. I'm gonna try and do like fucking 100 or 200 a day, and see what happens.
I think a lot of people do take those low doses. It seems like when we did the research on it, that like,
It looked like 250 to 500 was what people were doing.
and that was even on the higher end.
Yeah.
It looked like.
I think, who knows, like even if I do that for like a month or two, or I think you can take it up to 3 months, I think, right? So
Yeah.
I'll just do maybe 1 injection in the morning, right in the ass, and then, yeah.
You gonna do intramuscular?
Isn't that subcutaneous? They sent me you can do like thigh, back of the elbow, ass, or
Of course, Lars.
He's like, I wanted the ass.
I want it in the ass, baby.
He's like, do you have any suppositories by chance? They're like, no, sir, we don't make those. He's like, damn, I'll talk to another company then.
I'm still fighting with Pure Raws, eh? You should see the emails I sent them. Every day I'm like, go fuck yourself.
They're not giving you anything back.
Every
now.
email is the same like bullshit, except for yesterday they were actually like, sorry, it looks like it was like taken by what is it when it gets stopped at customs. So like when it's stopped by customs, we don't give refunds type of thing. And then I sent a really nice email back.
Oh, I bet you was.
Yeah.
We should have screenshots of these emails right now.
I don't even want to share them.
Oh my god.
He sent me a screenshot of one of them, and I'm like, oh, he's like, I sent them a nasty email. I'm like, okay, he probably was like, business nasty. I'm like, no, this guy was nasty.
Dude, it was fun.
Told him to go fuck himself.
I gave him like $800. Like we paid $800 for these fucking peptides, and then they're like, okay, we sent it. First off, they have 4 different email addresses. Like 3 of them didn't even work to send the e-transfer to, and then they never send a tracking number or anything. Like 3 weeks later, I email, hey, did you send it? They're like, oh, we forgot. Sorry, like we'll send it another one. I'm like, don't even send it, just give me a refund. And they said, okay, we'll give you a refund. 3 weeks later after that, like, where's the refund? Oh, it turns out we did send it. Here's the tracking number. I didn't ask for a tracking number. I asked for a refund. And then they just kept sending like bullshit things.
So did you get any money or product?
No, neither.
Neither.
So the tracking number even still says like it's been 50 days or like last time I checked it, 50 days since.
Can it just be a scam spot?
I think so. It's a complete scam. I think. Yeah.
I read a couple of the reviews after.
Some people say after like 2-3 months they got the
Yeah,
product.
exactly. That's what everyone's saying. They're like, yeah, we thought it was a scam, but we got it like literally like like you said, it was like 58 days was one that I read. I'm like, man, yeah. At that point, I would have thought we just lost that money.
I do wonder if it does come because that was like the what is it where you sniff it or whatever? I don't know.
You sniff it?
The peptide we got from that website. Yeah. It's not. We didn't get the one that like.
Oh, the nasal spray.
It's a nasal spray.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder if that'd be easier on me, like for my heart or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to like talk to a professional to know.
Nah.
You're like, nah. Google Docs.
Yo, one more thing. You guys been taking that 500 milligrams of CBD?
Yes.
I've taken it. Yeah.
How do you feel different?
I honestly didn't notice it.
I feel it, man. Do you feel it?
I take it probably like an hour before I go to bed, right after dinner.
Take it before bed.
And I find that these last 2 weeks have been the best sleeps I've had in a long time. And I don't sleep that well.
I take mine
like every day.
in the morning.
Every day.
Every single day. I take mine in the morning.
If you don't take it every day, does it work?
I feel like it builds like a
Tolerant or
not a tolerance, but like I feel like I got CBD through my veins at this point. Man.
You're sweating CBD.
No, but seriously, yeah. But I take it every single day. I do. Man, yeah.
You know, like when some people like when they smoke weed and they sweat, like you can smell like it smells a little skunky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think they would be the same thing with CBD? Probably not.
Probably not.
No?
It doesn't really have like too much of a smell to it, but
No, it actually smells good.
yeah. No, I do. I do the CBD every day, man.
I'm gonna try it then, because I took it like a couple days, but it wasn't like subsequent days in a row. And
some people take like 30 days to get it in their system.
oh, really?
So it's like one of those things where it like builds up in your body.
That's crazy because
But it depends on the person too.
Yeah,
right?
'cause
Everybody's got a different.
I felt it right away. I felt it the first day.
I felt it 20-30 minutes after I took it. Like I was like, I feel like legit like relaxed.
It's weird because like I thought that when I started feeling, I'm like, oh, it can't be, like it's only been like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, why? Well, like just doesn't make sense. But then I was like, oh,
I just felt a little goofier.
you're always
You're goofy enough, buddy. Maybe stop taking it, actually.
yeah. Let's dial it back on that. He's got takes a shot of CBD. It's just hat turned sideways.
You're not gonna do it?
Oh, you were so confident, right before we started this podcast. As soon as you're on camera, eh? Look at him. He's embarrassed now.
I don't want to show the real me, okay?
I got the same thing, though. I don't want to talk about how I'm hangry, so. We won't talk about your hat sideways?
Dude, I do that to entertain you guys, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
What was the last time you were like, I want to see if you guys are learning?
Huh?
Last podcast when you were like, I want to see if you guys are learning.
Yeah.
Fuck, that cracked me up. Should cut.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right.
Well, yeah. Are you guys gonna be running one next week or what?
Might take a week off. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. We hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
Figured we'd talk about it today.
Yeah, I'll be partying in Mexico, so
We'll just Zoom call you.
Yeah.
Yo, that'd be funny.
We could do it.
I'll be.
Could zoom it, yeah.
I'll.
Yeah.
I'll just be like so fucked up too.
Yeah.
100%.
You get more fucked up than this?
Yeah.
Oh God.
There's levels, dude. You know.
Oh, I
You know.
trust.
Oh,
I
you
know.
know.
Also, Patty might take a week to figure out some of the camera shit, so it might be nice to take some time off to figure that all out. But
hell yeah.
we'll see.
Episode 9 in the books.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Deuces.